Third. Pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Reputation of Friday to the meeting law.
Yep, posted last Friday at the door and on the website.
And you can roll call.
We got Curlfee,
Yes.
Zinsky,
Here.
Bose, Schaefer,
Here.
Kraus,
Yep.
Moore,
Yes.
Hofar.
Yeah. And do we have any changes or corrections to the agenda?
Just the one I highlighted already. As soon as I posted it, I realized I forgot to delete an item from last week
Okay.
or last week.
Approval of the minutes, regular board of trustees, June 8th, and special board of trustees, June 30th.
Move to approve both minutes. Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the minutes as written. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Let me, and that brings us to public comments. Anybody got any interesting? Jessica, you're on the agenda, so we'll wait till we get that item. Okay, and that brings us to number 8, presentation of a community service award. I would like to recognize a resident whose quiet dedication has made a visible difference throughout our village. John Reichel's name and time and effort painting our fire hydrants has helped keep our community looking its best. How would you come forward?
John painted over 100 of our fire hydrants. He came into me last year and he said, "When are you gonna paint the hydrants to the ponderosa pond?" I said, "Well, we're gonna get to it." And we did get to it. And John came in this spring and said, "If you buy me some paint, I'll get to it." We bought him a gallon of paint. Apparently he thought he had to use up the whole gallon, so he just kept looking for more hydrants to paint. And he came back in and he said, "Can I get another gallon of paint?" He came back in and said, "Can I get another gallon?" He did that 4 or 5 times. I think we 6 gallons of paint, over 100 fire hydrants.
Very good.
And they, well, I think there's 150 in our inventory, so you had a lot.
For your service, your pride in our community, and your willingness to help step up and make a difference. It's an honor to present you with the service award in appreciation of their contribution.
Very cool. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John. Thank you, John.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When the rest of them get
What's that?
Let's have to do the rest of them.
Is he gonna do the rest of them? The ones he didn't get were already in good enough shape. Yeah.
I noticed.
They were
Painted.
bright,
They are bright.
bright red. Yes, sir.
Was one out here by construction, cement guy
Yeah,
across the road. And Debbie's like, "Go up there and paint it."
yeah.
I said, "It's a guy's ornament."
Yeah, it was Wells.
And up there on the floor, I see it. Holy.
He's got a fake hydrant.
Thank
Thank you, John. Yo.
Better be on that call.
Announcements, Chris.
We have our music in July schedule. That's, we had the first event last week. It did have to get, moved to the tax center because of the rain. We got the one this next week. This week, Wednesday, is, Key Michaels sponsored that event. And then another tax center next week. And then our, July 29th event is to sponsor the band stage. Encore presentation of Dave. So then if anybody is interested in working, we can use some volunteers to work for the 29th. We'll have the PD cook, I believe.
Cause isn't that the one Debbie's making me?
Oh, that's right. We don't have to have the PD cook. Yeah.
This one, Debbie's making you come home.
It's cooking for this one.
Smoking a bunch of.
Okay, yeah, I apologize for that. Yeah, sorry, I got your.
So maybe I didn't have to do that.
No, well, no, I'm not gonna unvolunteer you.
Yeah.
I didn't volunteer.
Pardon?
Still need to
We
volunteer.
could,
You were
we-
about.
I don't have a sheet, but if you raise your hand right now, I'll write you down.
You'll be doing something.
What's that?
You'll be doing something.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, we'll need servers
We signed up for that and the August.
and, to sell beverages and stuff like that.
Okay, and item B,
Item B is, the open house for the water treatment plant. We scheduled that for July 30th. It's a Thursday at, 4. We're gonna have a food truck, sponsored by, Town and Country. So should be a pretty nice event to get some people from the community to come and get what they spent all their money on.
okay, item 10, public works report.
All right, there's a lot on this list. Multi wastewater looks like. They treated 7.1 million gallons of water. They submitted a CMAR. I guess it's a report. It received the following response from the engineer. Nice work. Received a 4.0. Submitted a report to effluent discharge and elevation of needed PFAS. Based on our results, our recommendations are no further limits. So, they mowed the rear ditch east of the wastewater plant. They ditched 150 feet along Willow Drive as part of the street project. Cleaned and televised the culvert in front of the fire station to check to see if that culvert was good enough to be left alone for the street project. Yes. I mean, that's what we had it on. Chris looked at it and the engineer said.
Yeah, it looked really good.
Performed 3 lift station annual inspections. Trevor attended a DNR operator certificate exam.
That was
Preparation class, yeah.
Yeah, prep class.
Yeah, prep class. They had complete control come over on site. They troubleshoot the air conditioner and repaired it.
Where was that at?
The labs.
At the wastewater plant.
Wastewater lab, sorry, yeah, wastewater lab. They assisted us in the public works on that water main break by Quick Trip. Carried out some landscaping projects to prevent erosion on the wastewater plant also. Water department, they treated 4.228 million gallons of drinking water. Continued to work through control issues with plant 2. Communication errors that we've been having over there between plant 1 and 2 was determined to have an antenna installed backwards and a pinched wire. So we're hoping that's here now for us. Change out some plastic injectors to stainless. They started working on building some shelves and stuff in the garage in plant 2 for more storage. They also assisted us on a water main break repair. Okay, on public works, we repaired 40 feet of curb on Main Street, which due from last year's water break. We patched the water break on Depot Street near Quick Trip also. Trim low hanging branches on Highway 98 to help with easier access for residents getting in their driveway. Swept about 25% over our streets and for Spencerama. And prepped and torn down for Spencerama. And what else isn't on here, I forgot to have us put on is, we had 2 stormwater issues from that. The water wasn't dissipating fast enough. We actually found 2 issues with our outlets were broke, so we had to repair those.
Those are the ones that the fiber hit.
Yes, yeah.
Any questions for Will?
When Depot Street, you know,
I'm thinking Thursday would probably be the earliest. I'd like to give that this full 7 days for the heavy truck traffic we have coming on it. I just want to keep it. It's already been down closed for a whole week, so it'd be not, or one extra day isn't gonna hurt. I want that to hold up, so.
Good job. You guys did very good.
Yeah, we approached Janice and let her know that it will shut down for a 7 weeks, so. They've been really good with us, so. Yeah, so.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well.
That's well.
Welcome.
Okay, police chief's report.
Yes, so last month I attended both the regular board meeting and special meeting. Officer Kozar attended the school resource officer conference in Appleton. During the month of June, officers handled 239 calls for service, issued 24 citations, and written warnings. Some announcements, the police department has received some complaints about recreational vehicles. I would like to remind users that spinning and schooling tires will result in a disorderly conduct citation.
So that's what it is, it's not speeding, it's,
We just have had a few complaints on, ripping around school,
Okay.
stuff like that. During a prison transport recently, we had a alternator fail on the 2019 Dodge Durango. That was under warranty, and we did put a, I don't know, we would call it like a Napa brand in there, not a Chrysler one. So
That's the one that failed is the Napa brand.
yes, so that was covered under warranty, and we did spend a little bit more money to purchase the Mopar alternator. That original alternator was around $900. So $50. And with that, the reason why we went with the Napa is we could only find 4 of those alternators in the area, and you have to ask the dealer to give them to you. And there was a Minnesota dealer that shipped us a alternator. So and I had to do a little work to get one. And then I'd like to recognize Trevor Ackman from the Department of Public Works. On the 23rd of June, he had called in a young child walking on the railroad tracks. He gave a description of the child. Officers went and checked the area of Willow Drive, and we weren't able to locate anybody. Then we cleared from the call. No more than 10 minutes later, we got a call of a missing child from a house. We'll go and respond to the house, do the investigation. Here, the description matches the kid walking on the railroad tracks. We're able to catch up with the kid almost to 26th Road.
On the tracks yet?
Yes.
It's a long
And
hike.
actually, we drove by him once, Trevor and I did, we didn't locate him, then going back to northbound, all of them. But it's just, I appreciate what you did. If he wouldn't have called that in, it maybe would have been a little find the kid. So thank you to Trevor. I just wanted to recognize what a good job you did. So other than that was it.
Any questions? Moving on. Any comments? I have none. That brings us to item 13, new business. Discussion possible action on a variance request for a fence at 307 West Main Street.
So the Public Works met, reviewed, what the request was. They want to put a fence around their pool. They own 2 lots. The second lot, you can see, anyway, the fence along the main street will be 6 foot back from the curb. Was their request. Be 4 foot tall. It'll be for lack of a better word, a lattice type pig.
It'll be like a kind of a 4-inch square wire fence, just with T-posts, it's more permanent. But, not
And then shrubs and stuff will grow on it.
potentially,
Thinking honeysuckle,
yeah, just something to,
native.
Okay. So, anyway, after answering all the questions, the board, said, go ahead. That was their recommendation.
Thank you.
One question they didn't answer is how much is pool charge to go swimming in that big pool?
You drive by and see it.
Yeah. Drive by, jump in, you have to come find the ladder.
So there's a fence, maybe.
You need a ladder?
Yeah, it's 52 sides, that's like,
Big.
that's high, I mean, you can, so I guess you could jump in and.
See, I got one for a 4 foot I'd give you, but,
Oh, it came with a ladder.
Yeah, we have one, we're just not putting it in there when we're not using it, just to restrict that.
so we
Do you
did.
expect to bring our own ladder?
Yeah.
Aren't you?
It's.
It might not be the issue, it's good to know.
Take it in with it.
Okay, we will need to approve this.
So move to approve it.
The move to approve the variance request. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Request approved. Item C, discussion possible action on a prepaid culture policy.
We have been operating with this policy for a long time. And at some point, I'm sure it was documented or there was a motion passed. I just, was, especially with Stephanie being new and us not really having anything to refer to, I thought it'd be a good idea to get something in writing. So basically, this is exactly the same as the policy that we have now. There are a number of bills that we pay in advance of a board meeting because payment needs to be timely. These are things like utility bills and taxes and loan payments, and all of the eligible items are enumerated in section 3 of the policy. Things that we already pay in advance for: payroll taxes, WRS contributions, health insurance payments. Again, the debt service, any types of loan payments that we have to make, other insurance premiums, and then any mandatory fees, licenses or permits. There's a line item for emergency expenditures as needed. Can't say that we ever really used that too much, at least certainly not in my experience. But we would present the bills for approval at the board meeting after they've been paid, marked as prepaid, just like we always do, so that you guys have a chance to review those and make sure that anything on the list is worthy of being prepaid. And everything is processed in the office, just like a regular check. You know, all the same steps, all the same records. Harry will usually come in and sign them for us as needed, along with one of us in the office. And if there's ever anything that gets prepaid that, you know, the board thinks maybe isn't appropriate to be prepaid, that's certainly something that can be addressed whenever you feel like it. Really, again, nothing different in this policy than what we've already been doing. Just something that we can get on file, so that we can point to and say that we do have permission from the board to prepay these bills.
So, did you get up? Nothing, go ahead, the dear boy.
Motion to approve this action.
Second.
And moved and seconded to approve this prepaid voucher policy. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Chris, did you get all them signatures? From all of them?
Thanks. Yep, we're all good that way.
I don't know which internet you're paying.
What's that?
I don't know which internet you're paying.
Well, the one that gets us a zero bill every month. And he's like, do they really send us a bill for $0 every month?
Yeah,
Yeah, we pay it every month.
automated.
Okay, item D, discussion of possible action on the acceptance of state and local cybersecurity grant program cycle 2 funding round 2.
So we actually got cycle two, round one funding last year. So this was a cybersecurity grant, pass-through grant from the federal government that's managed through Wisconsin Emergency Management. And they provide money to upgrade your cybersecurity. For us, it was mainly software that monitors what comes in and out of the internet provided to this office. Watching for things that are suspicious or could cause problems. That's actually managed by Computer TR, so they have that capacity to record and look in and monitor. And it's expensive, you know, it costs us about $10,000 to get that software added to the system. And then there's an annual subscription fee. So we applied for a second round of funding to help us pay for that ongoing cost. And we got that money, plus a little bit of money to do some additional upgrades, mainly training to get our staff to realize what they should and shouldn't be clicking on the internet and email phishing attempts and stuff like that. So, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys were still okay with us going ahead and getting that kind of program here in the office.
Absolutely.
Motion to approve this.
No motion.
Second.
Move the second to approve this action, acceptance of the state and local spirit cybersecurity grant. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item E, discussion and possible action on change order number 3 for the well number 7 water treatment plant number 2 project.
Since Max is here, I'll have him explain what this change order is about.
To clean up the last outstanding items we have. So two of those you can see called for the louver to be installed on the exterior of the building. The peaks, the contractor just couldn't get the kind that was specified, so installing them or going through some other way, they just gave us a credit. Also a credit for John didn't feel the need to put basically a door switch in the water tower, because there's also communications in there, so there's a lot of people coming and going, didn't want to get a bunch of notifications every time somebody opens that door. So that's another credit. Big ticket item is what was missed initially was an aerator blower cooling fan wiring, so they have to come back in. There are 2 fans. We have a blower that helps with the backwash of the filter. So that blower is in an enclosure, so it's not so loud when it's running. There are 2 fans on the back of it that basically just push cold air in to keep it from overheating. Those are not intrinsically wired to the blower motor itself. It needs a whole nother circuit. Been going back and forth with them who supplied it, because they had some issues on their end. They submitted it to us. And just ultimately to get it done, gonna have Econ, the electrical subcontractor in their sub LWL, and just run some wires from the blower over to the VFD, the drive that actually runs the blower, and just hardwired into there. So every time the blower kicks on, these fans, we can basically the easiest way that we can get it to run.
Right now, they have the fan, my fan from my office in there to keep it cool. That's running.
Very nice of you.
Yeah.
Give that up. Any questions? Need an action on this?
Motion to approve.
I'll second it. And how much is it?
For 4,000.
Yeah, we don't need a.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Brings us to item F. Right, yeah.
Yep.
Discussion possible action on Ellis Stone pay request number 17. This is the final one for the well number 7 water treatment plant number 2 project.
So this is, yeah, like you said, the final, so this is, for that change order. And then releasing retainage, which was $1,000. So this comes in at $125,844.56. Like I said, with the change order, they still have that work to do. They haven't made the time to get to site yet. They haven't in their schedule, but they haven't come. So we recommend approving the pay request, but holding the check until the change order was done. Yeah.
That's how I'd word the motion. Approve the pay request. Hold the check until work is completed. Which do you think, do they have a schedule? How long they plan on that?
I was told, I guess, a firm date, but in the next 2 weeks is what I heard.
Sooner than the next board meeting. They'd rather get it approved now than wait until the next board meeting.
With an inspection, to make sure the job is done.
Yes, I will be there to make sure it's running properly before they leave.
We'll come to the next meeting.
Okay, need a motion to approve this?
Some of,
Second. What is it?
125?
That's on.
Who's second? And I apologize.
I'm dead.
Oh,
The other way around.
Build it. Thanks. Crowley,
Yes.
Jazinski,
yes.
Bose, Schaefer,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yep.
Moore,
Yes.
Tofar.
Yes. Carried. Item G. Discussion possible action on felon excavating pay request number 3. This is the final one for the shooting range project.
Yeah, this was to cover their retainage. We asked them to come back and reseed this spring to make sure the grass grew up decent. And it's about as good as it's gonna get. Jeremy looked at it and thought that it was good enough to.
Yeah, it's not gonna get any better until we stop people from tromping down there, but,
Which isn't really gonna happen.
well, not until we get a grant. It's good enough. I mean,
Well, yeah, because Jeremy's looking for money to do automatic target retrieval, which would, yeah, keep
keep
people
people
from walking.
walking down there,
in the-
stay out of the shooting out of the line of fire.
Yeah. But otherwise, this would complete the project then for felons.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve, is there a second?
Second.
Take a check.
Gross, I got it.
All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item H, discussion possible action on temporary Class B beer license for the Spencer Lions Club to serve on July 15th, 2026 in the Lions Park.
Move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Discussion, possible action on temporary Class B beer license for the Spencer Chamber of Commerce to serve on August 5th, 12th, 19th, and 26th, year 2026 in the Lions Park.
So move.
I'll second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Discussion, possible action on application for operator's license for Avery Knobel, Caitlin Galloway, and Suzanne Look.
Recommend to approve.
So move.
The motion is a second. All in favor, that say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Item K, discussion, possible action on application for temporary operators licenses for Ben Wojcik and Linda Henderson.
So move. Been moved and second, all in favor, say aye.
Opposed? That motion's carried. And that brings us to your vouchers.
Vouchers look a little bit different. First part looks pretty much the same. This is the prepaid list. Sandra actually completed this list last Friday for us. And that's why it looks like the normal spreadsheet that we normally present. All of these were obviously prepaid before before today. And then, because Sandra wasn't here to put these into the spreadsheet, we have the report from Workhorse for the current vouchers that will be approved tonight as well.
Mhm.
And if you guys want to keep using the spreadsheet, we'll keep using it. We just ran out of time to do that ourselves.
What do we got in unit 23 in storage unit?
We have Spencerama stuff in there
Okay.
And Christmas.
and Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that note, can I just I did ask for if he come across a bigger one for us.
Yeah.
We just purchased a bunch more decorations. And I asked, I can't remember.
Rhoda, Scott.
Florida, if he come across one bigger, we'll possibly be interested in it because we are out of room. We have no room for the new decorations. We have to sit outside.
So this is the annual fee, I gather.
Yeah. Yeah, we would have normally paid this in July, but he never sent us a bill. And we didn't volunteer to pay it on our own. He came in a couple weeks ago and I'm like, yeah, I do remember you not sending us a bill. So now we're just getting caught up for this year. But normally it's renewable annually at the beginning of the year.
I make a motion to approve the vouchers as listed.
Motion's been made to approve the vouchers as listed. Is there a second? We'll do a roll call on this.
Yeah, Curlfee,
Yes.
Zinsky,
Yes.
Oz,
Yes.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Tofar.
Yes. And that brings us to number 15, clerk's report.
Holy
Holy cow.
Decent number of building permits, including a couple of bigger projects, house remodel on East Clark Street. And then Streby's property on Monroe Street, he came in and got a building permit for that as well.
To do what?
To restore roof and sidewalls, including trusses to original.
Who's gonna read that?
Is this a joke or what?
This is not a joke. This is not a joke.
Who's gonna rebuild it?
I talked to Ted and he wants to rebuild it. I did refer him to Pat Kilty and said, hey, you're gonna have to deal with our new commercial building inspector. And he said, not a problem. So I have not followed up with Pat since last week, but,
Joke of the day.
I don't know what these are billed for 30 grand.
yeah, the price seems a little low. I wasn't gonna argue with him about that, but, Pat will make sure that he gets plans from him and, you know, everything that he needs for the commercial permit.
I can tell you what Pat's gonna tell him. There's nothing there to start with. Because that was a pole shed, didn't meet any requirements at all.
Yeah, building code.
Yeah.
It's
So
not gonna meet commercial.
I was happy to have.
That's fine, I just find out.
This is one of those situations where I was glad to have somebody that I could refer him to because Pat will take care of this one. It's not on this list anymore, but also wanted to let you know that Shorts for the house on West Clark Street is working with our residential building inspector on his building too. You guys had asked for some oversight there and actually a building permit was triggered because he's doing an addition. He's adding on to the north side of the house, I think like 8 or 12 feet.
Wow.
He's sinking quite a bit of money into that place.
That screen porch was junk anyway, but
Yeah. So Bob will be working with him on that as well.
okay, good.
As far as the office goes, I've got clerks training this week. I am doing the training in the office instead of at home this year, just to make sure that if Steph has any problems that I'm here for her. He's been at the job now for 2 months and is doing very well. It's quite obvious that she comes with a lot of experience with Workhorse and with utility billing. We went through a cycle of water bills, calling up our late payers, which is challenging because, you know, you're dealing with customers that, you know, either don't have a lot of money or don't want to pay. And she did an excellent job with that. We had everybody on the list, which was a lot. And I think that has more to do with the holidays than anything. Um, Everybody but one came in to make a payment plan or to pay their bill. And that one that didn't is, we weren't gonna get them to come in and pay regardless. So I think she did an excellent job there. We've also started the Willow Drive project. They're working on sidewalks and driveway approaches now in between Park Street and LaSalle Street. So that project is going well.
Concrete today.
And then, just FYI, I have completed a new draft of the Joint Fire and Ambulance Commission Agreement. Next week, I hope to sit down with Al and Mark Kraus and go over that. Brings that agreement up to date, acknowledges the fact that we have, been operating without an agreement for a little while now, but that we wish to continue going like we have in the past. That's all I got.
Any questions for Chris? Moving on,
To what?
committee reports, finance, personnel.
Just a short meeting. Our administrator reviewed his position a little bit. That went well.
So, at 90 days, is that what Stephanie has for? Do we do a review at 90 days for Stephanie or do we do?
No.
We don't. Chris will do that. All right, just ask, okay.
That's fine.
And utilities and equipment,
No report.
parks and buildings.
Certainly, we had kind of a dual committee meeting that turned into a special board of trustees back on June 30th. We did discuss adding trails in Village of Spencer. One was the snowmobile trail on a village-owned land in the business park. Another was a snowmobile trail on Philip Spencer's land south of Robert Street and on Monroe Street utility easement between Maple and Peach Streets. I'm gonna have to refer to Chris to find out the status on those.
We haven't started anything there. And I haven't reached out to adjacent property owners yet on North Monroe.
Okay. In addition, as far as playground equipment upgrades, of course, that's stated in our, what do you call that plan?
Outdoor recreation.
Thank you. So the plans are in there and we are cognizant of them and we will try to do everything we can to start to improve or replace some playground equipment. For example, Arc Park, Becky wants to upgrade or add equipment over there. We had discussions, reference to Nitty Park, possibly moving the dog park and adding playground equipment over there. Bruckner subdivision, I believe that's a future plan. Eagle Landing Phase 2 subdivision is also a future plan. And in addition to that, we did discuss some curb appeal possibilities on Highway 13 and I'll say downtown Highway 98 and other village-owned property. So I did reach out to Mary Zahn and I have to get with Mike to try to set something up and just discuss and evaluate those two properties on the boulevards on 13 and see what we're gonna do there. And then she likes the idea of adding flowers in around the south sign, the Spencer sign. Another thing that I may do, and I'll talk to Chris about this, is I'm gonna try to do everything. We'll figure out what we want for plants, but I'm gonna try to get the residents to possibly donate them when they go to propagate. So if you're gonna divide, like there's my neighbor, she wants all of her hostas gone, completely gone. She hates them. I can go over and shovel them out right now, if that's what we want, but we want to come up with a decent plan so that you're not just shooting from the hip. So, and I know plenty of people that propagate plants, so we'll try to get whatever we can free, whatever we can. We'll set a budget for it and see if it's in the budget. So, but we will try to keep the weeds to a minimum and the dead plants on the boulevards to a minimum.
So I have a question for, I know that you took care of the telephone building for Spencer Ram. They mowed it once this year. What's the deal there?
I think we hunted another posting up there.
Well, they used to hire people for the summer, and that just goes along with the appearance of our village as they come through town.
Yeah, usually the last, I'd say 10 years, you have to get on them for the initial mow. And then after that, they do a little bit better on taking care of it. This year, they're not doing better on taking care of it. So we're always chasing them to get it done and they battle with some of the properties in town.
Yeah, as far as what else we can do, I think you're pretty much tied to if you issue a citation and then they
And then we,
correct it.
well, we contract the mowing too and put it on the property or on the deed for them to pay at the end of the year. Property deed,
Have you done that for them before?
not for them yet.
Okay.
Well, I'll have to look back on that history because we should have billed them with what we've done up there.
Yeah, I don't remember it in the last couple of years.
We had, I think it was last year, it's called Solutions Blind. It's last year. Then after that, they got on. So. Which places?
Old Frontier Building.
Telephone place.
Yeah,
And the reason they're not getting on is because it's not Frontier anymore. It's Frontier Verizon.
Well, yeah, well,
So
Well, you know.
absorb into them.
Well, they hit it once, you just schedule them, tell them be here every week and mow it and put it on their bill.
I'll follow up with here, but I know he just did that property again.
Cause you know, they see them, they mowed it one time, but there's weeds all over on, you know, they did a crap job.
well, again, Spencer Ram, and that was it.
well, the only thing I would be cautious about is like the other property that we do that on has basically agreed that we can mow that and put it on their tax bill. They have said that that's an okay thing to do because they don't want to hire somebody to come and do it.
What is that?
The one over on Wendell Street.
Ones that,
I do the proper notification for that every year. And it just happens. We put it on their taxes at the end of the year.
Right.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I just, as long as
They're notified.
I have the authority to put it on the taxes that we've gone through the proper.
I keep those notification cards and use it.
Okay.
I could, after what we talked about at the parks, or the, yeah.
You had the streets, right? What'd you come up with sidewalks and stuff?
Well, we reviewed it. There was 10 different grades, and based on what level of grades, the first 4 grades, we're going to actively try to get them fixed. But it's not gonna happen right away. We're gonna have to send them notices, give them like a year to do it, because a lot of residents don't even know that they're responsible. Again, we'll work on the 1 through 4 grade that looks the worst and needs the most repair. We'll start with that and try to get that done by the end of next summer.
And Mike's gonna get us a list of the worst of the worst to start with. And we'll send out letters this fall.
And he's got pictures of all of it.
Yeah, he documented the condition, took the pictures. So we'll send out the letters and then give him a year to get them fixed.
Or we'll have it done and bill
Or we will, yep, exactly.
Right, but again, can't just,
But I'm saying if we didn't start somewhere,
Yeah.
that's 3 years down the road, we'd be.
no, we're starting this,
It's getting
yeah,
better.
they're gonna get notices this summer.
All right.
And then we'll also explore with our three cement contractors if they'd be interested in doing a bulk of it, say 20 sidewalks, as opposed to, it gets pretty expensive to do one chunk here and one chunk there. If maybe one of our cement contractors would like to take that project on and give
Yeah, we
us
can-
firm price.
Put a bid together for the fall and have them,
They reach back if they're interested.
bid on it if they want to. Yep. And then we can look at funding mechanisms. I'd probably recommend taking out a loan depending on the cost, the total cost and just having the special assessments where the residents pay, to service that loan to get the work done.
Well, we skipped item D.
Question on, going back to the parks and buildings. Last year I had heard that, which granddaughter is it? Mike Engel's little, he planted there.
Out in the
She
front.
was a little upset that the plants are completely hiding the stone. Can we do something about that then?
I have, I've kind of let Mary deal with that,
Okay.
but I can
She's
talk,
aware of it though?
yeah,
Okay,
yep, but I can talk to her again and
okay, well.
and see what she came up with.
Okay.
Yep.
Good job. I want to make sure that something does get taken care of, in other words.
Yeah,
Okay, health and emergency government,
No report.
economic development, Main Street,
Report.
streets and sidewalks.
Did that.
And fire and ambulance.
Chris and Ray.
no,
And seeing that, the next item is the most important one.
What?
Most important.
Is that the,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
We dedicated a whole piece of paper for that.
he did, because
That's how it came out.
12-point fonts are required.
did we get a second of it? Second. Okay, all in favor of, adjourning, say aye. Opposed? Adjourned.
But
Thank you.